Okay, so today's lecture, yesterday we were continuing, we had studied about multi-mode graded index fiber. So today we will be continuing about the characteristic of multi-mode graded index fiber. Now, once we finish multi-mode graded index fiber, then some new concepts will be there, like the concepts of normalized frequency. Then we had seen that in multi-mode fiber, many modes of light are propagating. Okay, so how many modes of light will propagate? So number of modes we need to know, okay, so that the designing aspect and all will be clear. Then what is the cutoff wavelength? So when I talk of the wavelength of transmission, we have seen from 800 nanometer to 1600 nanometer, the wavelength is there. Okay, so what is the cutoff wavelength? So those definitions and all are there. So based on the formulas that we will study, okay, so the numerical is asked in the exam, and our first practical is also based on all these formulas. So some parameters will be given. You are required to calculate the remaining parameters and code it in Scilab. So whatever we are doing today, okay, so that will be the solution part. So that if you want to do it nicely, so that you can attach the screenshot of the solution from the notebook ka page only in that Word document. So the learning outcome will be the students will understand the characteristic of multimode graded index fiber and the various concepts, various parameters. Now, apart from the characteristic of multimode graded index fiber, what I will, till now I did not tell you to draw anything. Okay, so the question that usually comes is the types of fiber, their transmission characteristic, how the light propagates, and their dimensions. Okay, so I will show you one slide. So you try to draw it. Okay, so in that one slide, all the three types of fibers, single mode step index, multi-mode step index, multi-mode graded index, all are there. So it represents the whole picture. So ये तीन diagram अच्छे से draw करोगे with proper labeling and mentioning all the parameters. So it's just asked for 10 marks. Okay, so for Viva also, it's an important question. So that diagram also we will see. It is there in the book of senior as well as it is there in the book of Kizar. Plus, I will tell you to draw something extra, which I already have a slide. So that modification, you can do it at your end. See, this, whatever I'm telling you to add to that diagram, it is not there in my notes. In PPTs, it is there in the form of two diagrams. So at the time of preparation, you don't know क्या करना है. So today if you are drawing it in your book and you remember कि मैम ने बोला था ये भी add करना from the second PPT, so that you remember it, because that question comes for 10 marks. You are only supposed to draw the diagram, nothing to write. Okay, write means you have to label the diagram, that is something else, but no theory to write. So and you get good marks just by drawing those diagrams nicely. So pay attention to that particular diagram also. So that I have not mentioned over here, but that also is one of the learning outcomes of today's lecture. Okay, so this we have already seen that in multimode graded index fiber, we are varying the refractive index of the core. Okay, and how we are varying the refractive index? At the center, we have the refractive index as maximum, and as we move towards the cladding, the refractive index gradually decreases. Okay, now by doing that, what happens is the ray which is farther away from the core axis, they propagate with higher velocity. Okay, so since the distance they are covering is more, they tend to reach late. But by decreasing the refractive index, I increase their velocity. So since the speed increases, all the rays, they meet up at the receiver side at the same time. So with this, we are able to reduce the problem of modal dispersion, which takes place in multimode step index fiber. Okay, now when I'm saying that, I am decreasing the refractive index. Okay, so what should be the formula? Because I need a formula to calculate the refractive index. So the formula for a graded index fiber, how I am changing the refractive index is when the radius is less than A. Okay, so at the time, the refractive index profile is given by this empirical formula. There is no derivation, nothing out of research and all. They have found out this empirical formula. So it is N1, 1 minus 2 delta R upon A raised to alpha. This is alpha. This is not A. What is alpha and why I am reading out this formula, that I will tell you in the next slide, and square root of that. And when R is greater than A, okay, greater or equal to A, then this is one particular formula for the refractive index profile. Jaise for step index fiber, your N of R was equal to N1. Okay, when I'm talking of the core refractive index, and your N of R was equal to N2 when I'm talking of the cladding refractive index. So here, instead of N1 and N2, we have, so here you can see the cladding remains the same. It is approximately same, only N2. But we are varying the refractive index of the core gradually. 0 is less than R, less than or equal to A means it is the core profile which I am talking. Now, delta, you know, relative refractive index difference. A is the core radius, N1 and N2, you know, the refractive index of core and cladding. Now, what is this alpha? Okay, so ये formula में जो alpha है, okay, so that is the profile parameter which defines the shape of index profile. जैसे step index fiber में, I know the shape of the profile is this. It is the shape of a step. Okay, यहाँ पे N1 है और यहाँ पे N2 है. Okay, so but then how do I decide the shape from this particular formula? Okay, so यहाँ पे तो N2 है. Okay, so ये end पे N2 है. But what will be the shape of the core? Okay, क्या होगा? Triangle होगा, circle होगा, square होगा, rectangle होगा, hyperbola, parabola. What will be the shape over here? So that shape is decided by this parameter alpha. Okay, so by selecting different values of alpha, okay, I will get a different shape. So I cannot say कि ठीक है, यही है shape of the core. Okay, it is gradually like this. Okay, so this shape, or somebody will say, no, I want to draw it like this. Okay, so this all will be decided by this profile parameter alpha. So what we have is the diagram which is shown in the next one. So this diagram is from the slide Google, which I got it. So this is my cladding. Don't draw this. I will show you the diagram which is there in the book. Okay, so this is my cladding ka. Okay, so this is there. So when my alpha is equal to 1, at that time I get triangle. I increase alpha when alpha is equal to 2, so I get this type of profile. As I'm increasing alpha, you can see this edges, it approaches the square. Okay, so alpha is equal to 10, I am having this shape. Alpha is equal to infinite. If you substitute in that particular formula, it becomes the shape of the square, like the step index profile. So alpha equal to 2, I have a triangular profile. When alpha is equal to 1, I have a triangular profile. When alpha is equal to 2, I have a parabolic profile. Okay, and when alpha is equal to infinite, I have the profile just similar to a step index fiber. So this might be asked in your MCQ. Okay, so for graded index fiber, what happens for the profile parameter alpha? So jab alpha is equal to infinite hai, please remember it is a step index fiber. When alpha is equal to 2, it is a parabolic profile, and when alpha is equal to 1, at that time it is a triangular profile. So this is something important. It won't be there if you are trying to search in Google. At that time it won't come out immediately. Okay, so the best thing is write it down in your notebook. So keep your notebook ready so that you can at least copy the right thing from your notebook. And what a funny thing, all this is getting recorded. Okay, so have you understood this? Yes or no? So this diagram which is there in your book, so for different values of alpha, so here I have the core. Okay, and this is the radial distance. So when alpha is equal to 1, I have triangular shape. When alpha is equal to 2, I get parabolic shape. The same diagram that was individually, but I am drawing it all together. This was one from your book. For alpha is equal to 10, I have this. So as I gradually increase the value of alpha, the profile approaches that of a step index profile. So when alpha is equal to infinite, at that time I have n2 and I have this as n1. So this question can be asked as a short question also. Okay, draw the refractive index profile for various values of alpha. So at the time you can draw this particular diagram. If some short note on multi-mode graded index fiber agar aaya, so at that time you have to draw this diagram, because otherwise you cannot explain how the grading is done, how my profile is done. But usually hum log abhi jab generally if I want to represent a graded index fiber, so that time I will not be drawing all these things. So that time we will simply jaise ye core hai, so simply you draw it like this, okay, to show that it is a graded index. Okay, so step nahi draw karna hai, just you draw this shape, around one like this. Okay, so that indicates that it will be a graded index fiber. So in the book usually the notation that we get is aisa ye wala circle, ye wala. Okay, but when we actually look for the profile, okay, the shape, then we have to consider that particular value of alpha. Okay, so this is one important diagram. This is the one which I was telling, and you all are supposed to draw it. Ab tak maine koi bhi fiber ka cross section ya kuch bhi draw karne nahi bola tha. So here, this is again from your book. So all those black and white all diagrams are from your book. So this is your monomode, that is single mode step index fiber, multi-mode step index fiber, and then you have multi-mode graded index fiber. So here the index profile is there. Okay, so draw this profile, draw the fiber. Please take care when you are drawing the dimension. This is very small. It is mentioned 8 to 12 micrometer. So ye chota dikhna chahiye, ye bada hona chahiye. This is 50 to 200. Okay, so the core, it depends upon how many modes are propagating. So yahan pe zigzag hai, single mode almost an axial ray, and in graded index fiber we have this helices which are going. Okay, so here you have the index profile, you have the ray propagation shown in this diagram, and you have the dimension. Now before you start drawing, I would expect that you leave some space yahan pe and you leave some space yahan pe, so that you can write this dimension. So in one full page you are drawing this diagram, so please leave some space over here and leave some space over here before you write all these things. Now why you will leave some spaces, I will show you the diagram which I took from the net, and which you are supposed to have it in this diagram is ye bhi waisa hi diagram hai, but what I want you to do is I will project that diagram later on. So this is the input waveform. Okay, so step index fiber, multi-mode step index fiber. If suppose this is my input waveform, so due to modal dispersion, my waveform is spreaded. So at the output, I will have such kind of characteristic. This is multi-mode graded index fiber. So to reduce modal dispersion in multi-mode graded index fiber, so what I will have little bit of attenuation, but the shape is maintained over here. And this is the single mode fiber. See, input response are same, thin response, mota mat draw karna. Okay, so single mode fiber, you can see the shape. Okay, so it's just one ray, no problem of modal dispersion, nothing. Okay, so I get this particular shape. So you can also conclude कि कौन सा अच्छा रहेगा fiber. Okay, so for long distance, you can see the distortion in single mode fiber is less compared to even multi-mode graded index fiber. But only disadvantage is only one mode of light is propagating. Here I can have multiple mode, thousands of mode propagating. Okay, means thousands of channel information is propagating through the fiber. So from this diagram, you will draw this input ka signal and the output. Okay, so just you draw this diagram and you get full 10 marks. Okay, so I will project the previous diagram, and I earnestly request you that you please draw this diagram. Okay, so I I will take attendance. Meanwhile, at my end, you draw it. In the lab week, if I create an assignment for you to upload this, I hope everybody will have it. Okay, so once you have drawn this, you draw the input waveform. Please match. यहाँ पे order is not the same as the previous one. So input is same kind of waveform, and this is the output. So by drawing this particular output, it also indicates that you have understood what is the problem with multi-mode step index fiber. Okay, so there is problem of modal dispersion. Okay, graded index fiber, just you have drawn it, so it's understood that we feel that you have understood that yes, the modal dispersion is reduced in case of graded index fiber. Single mode fiber, the dispersion is less, so the shape is retained. A very, very important diagram from the viewpoint of the exam. Finished with this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. No need to draw the other things, only the input and the output waveform you will add in the previous diagram. In many colleges where I went, I have seen this diagram. They have framed it and kept it in the fiber lab because this is a colorful one. Here the dimensions are a bit different, but don't worry, we will be using the ones which is mentioned in the textbook. That is the previous one. Over. Ankit, over. सत्यजीत, did you finish drawing? इतना टाइम लगता है इनपुट और आउटपुट वेव ड्रॉ करने में? भावेश, did you finish drawing?
Done, ma'am.
Okay, so I am continuing ahead. Okay, now coming to number of modes. Okay, so in multi-mode, we have seen that more number of modes are there. Now, how do I calculate those number of modes? Okay, so there cannot be an infinite number of modes. Okay, there has to be some figure. Okay, some finite value to the number of modes. Okay, so the number of modes is dependent upon the physical parameters. Okay, so again, an MCQ question can come from here. Okay, so the number of guided modes is dependent on what? The first parameter is relative refractive index difference, that is delta. Then core radius, that is we call it as A, and the wavelength of the transmitted light. Okay. And all these parameters are defined by one more parameter that is called as normalized frequency. We call it as V, by number V. Okay, so to calculate the number of modes, we need to know the relative refractive index difference, we need to know the core radius and the wavelength of transmitted light. और ये तीनों का interrelation is defined by one more parameter, which is the normalized frequency. So if an objective question comes, the number of modes depend on what parameters. So in one options, you will find all the three, the red ones. Okay. And in the other options, there will be some other terms which are present. So you need to remember these three things: key relative refractive index difference, core radius, and the wavelength of transmitted light. So all these will decide the number of modes. Okay, so then comes the term V, normalized frequency. This is V. Definitions are also asked. It was asked in the offline mode. Online mode may be aa sakta hai in the form of an MCQ. So what is normalized frequency? This is some new term which we are having. Okay, so please write down the equation. So normalized frequency is expressed in terms of numerical aperture NA, relative refractive index delta, So your normalized frequency, which is denoted by capital V, it is given by 2 pi by lambda into ANA, or 2 pi ANA by lambda. Okay, now NA, we know the formula already, square root of 2 delta. Okay, so suppose delta is given to us and NA is not given to us, so I can use this particular formula. So V is equal to 2 pi A N1 square root of 2 delta by lambda. Now, some important concept about normalized frequency is we are using the word frequency. So here also the students do a mistake. What they do is, suppose in some numerical we tell you calculate the normalized frequency. So you remember this formula. But since frequency hai and we have studied the unit of frequency is hertz. So वो निकालने के बाद you just put whatever the answer you get and then you put hertz. Okay. Remember, normalized frequency, it is a dimensionless parameter. Okay. It does not have any unit. Normalized frequency is also called as V number. Okay, so what is the V number of the fiber? So it's a number. Basically, normalized frequency is a number. Like remember, you had K factor when you studied AC, single phase and three phase. You had that K factor, power factor. Okay, so in RMS value, that K was there, K factor. Power factor was there when you studied AC. Okay, so it did not have any unit. Okay, because it's a factor, it is a number. So same thing, normalized frequency. Please don't put the unit as hertz. Remember, normalized frequency का दूसरा नाम है V number. V is the symbol V number. So V number does not have any dimension or any unit. Okay, so what is then the significance of V number? Okay, so it actually is combining the information about three important design variables for the fiber. Okay, so suppose in the specification of the fiber, they specify that, okay, V number is 2500. Okay, so what is that 2500 indicating? It is actually indicating this three important design variable. That is, it is giving you the relation between the core radius, delta, that is relative refractive index difference, and your wavelength lambda. And in fiber, when you are actually designing, all these three is required. Now see, जब relative refractive index difference है, so by default N1 and N2 आ जाएगा. Okay, so many times in my options I put core refractive index or cladding refractive index. So students argue, ma'am, core ka refractive index is important from the viewpoint of design. Okay, so yes, it is important from the viewpoint of design. So when I mentioned relative refractive index difference delta, which is nothing but a relation between N1 and N2. So by default, we have the values of the core and the cladding refractive index. So without having the value of core and cladding refractive index, we cannot do all the calculations that you have seen throughout all those formulas. So instead of N1 and N2 separately, we have delta, relative refractive index difference. Okay, so in some formulas or some numerical, delta value shayad nahi hoga. Okay, so you might be given N1 and N2. So you have to calculate delta and then you put it in this particular formula. So please write down this formula, because in our first lab also, for a particular fiber, I will tell you to calculate V number. Okay, so is this definition clear? What is V number? Okay, so it does not have any dimensions and it is giving interrelation between three parameters, that is the core radius, delta, and lambda. Okay, now we will calculate the total number of guided modes, or you can say mode volume, MS, for a step index fiber. So M is the number of modes, small s is for step index fiber. So the number of modes of a step index fiber is approximately equal to V square by 2. There is no derivation, these formulas are given to us. Okay, so number of modes, if I want to know for a multi-mode step index fiber, it is V square by 2, where V is the normalized frequency of the fiber and V formula you already know. So please write down this. So the cutoff normalized frequency for mode in step index fiber, please again also write down this value. So I need a cutoff normalized frequency. So that cutoff normalized frequency, I'll call it as VC. C is for cutoff, and it is given by 2.405. Okay, so this is the cutoff normalized frequency. So you should know this figure. Okay, now for single mode propagation of mode in a step index fiber, the range of normalized frequency is from 0 to 2.405. Okay, so these two formulas are important. Based on that, I'll give you one question. You write it down. That will be also your first practical. It's a problem from the book of senior. Let me see what I have in the next slide. Okay. For single mode operation, it occurs only above a theoretical cutoff wavelength. So that cutoff wavelength will occur for that normalized frequency. So in the same formula, what I have done for cutoff wavelength lambda c, I am putting the cutoff normalized frequency. Okay, so above this particular wavelength, the fiber
Can
will
you go back a slide for a
Yes,
You can continue.
okay. So for single mode operation, which occurs, okay, it will occur above a particular theoretical wavelength. So that theoretical wavelength, lambda c, the cutoff wavelength. So what I will do in that formula, if I'm finding out cutoff wavelength, I will put the cutoff normalized frequency. Okay, so where lambda c is the wavelength about which a particular fiber becomes single mode. Okay, so suppose in some question, the statement they ask you that determine the cutoff wavelength above which the fiber becomes single mode. Okay, so even though I have a multi-mode fiber, but above that particular wavelength, if I'm operating, that fiber becomes single mode. So at that time, you have to use lambda c, or wahan pe you have to use VC, where VC, what you will do is you will put the value of VC as 2.405. Okay, and lambda c, if I put this value over here, so lambda c ka jo naya formula aega, that is V lambda upon 2.405. So if I take this ratio, all these terms, they cancel out. Okay, so I have lambda c is equal to V lambda upon 2.405. So please write down. We don't know what combinations will be given in the questions. Okay, so all these sentences will be present. So it's important for you to read the sentence. It's not just writing the formula. Why are we writing this particular formula? Because above a particular wavelength of operation, that fiber, it works as a single moded fiber. Okay, so suppose they ask you the question, तो तुम लोग सिर्फ lambda निकालोगे और V से carry forward करोगे तो नहीं होगा. I have to use VC, and VC is 2.405. So if I substitute that in this particular formula, and if I use this relation, so your cutoff wavelength lambda C is given by V lambda upon 2.405. Now, once you have written this, I will give you the problem. Okay, so write down the question. A multimode step index fiber, with a core diameter of 80 micrometer and a relative refractive index difference of 1.5%. A multimode step index fiber with a core diameter of 80 micrometer and a relative index difference of 1.5% is operating at a wavelength of 0.85 micrometer. Is operating at a wavelength of 0.85 micrometer. Again, repeating, a multimode step index fiber with a core diameter of 80 micrometer and a relative index difference of 1.5% is operating at a wavelength of 0.85 micrometer. If the core refractive index is 1.48, if the core refractive index is 1.48, estimate the first one, normalized frequency, estimate the normalized frequency for the fiber, and the second one, the number of guided modes. I hope the question is clear. You can start solving. So you have the formula of V. So normalized frequency V. Remember, the diameter is given as 80 micrometer. And here in the formula, we have the radius. So lambda is given to you, the wavelength 0.85 micrometer is given to you. 2A is given to you as 80 micrometer. So A comes out to be 40. N1 is given to you. Okay, so N1 is also there. Delta is also there. Only remember delta is 1.5%. So you need to convert it to a normal number. Divide by 100. So that is 0.015. Then calculate and let me know the answer. And then once you have V, you find out the number of modes, which is given by V squared by 2. Try to retain the decimal points. Yes, Nilesh, your answer is right. Anybody apart from Nilesh who has finished with the calculation? Yes, Merlin. Yeah, Shantanu also gave that answer. Yes, Merlin, did you get? Shujan, did you get? Yes, Merlin, you were saying something.
Ma'am, I'm calculating.
You have not calculated. Do it fast. Don't wait for the others. Solomon, did you get the answer?
No, I'm calculating.
Yes, Joshua, it is right. Krupakar, it is right. Shantanu, what is number of modes you are getting? Calculate that. Once you have V, it is V square by 2. So do that. Hitesh, did you get? Rameshwar. Arka. Welton.
75.79.
Was that?
Welton, ma'am.
Okay, good. Yes, Welton. 75.79. Yes. So your V comes out to be, if I am using this particular formula, it comes out to be 75.8. 75.79 को मैंने 75.8 किया. Okay, and your number of modes which comes out to be around 2873. Okay, 73 point something ऐसा कुछ आया होगा, so I'm writing it as 2873. Okay, now once you have finished this, I will dictate the way in which you will write the answer. This is theoretically absolutely correct. Okay, but देखो हमने क्या किया, 2 decimal तक round off किया. Okay, and all that thing. Pi को भी 3.14, calculator ने पता नहीं क्या लिया होगा, या 22/7. So it was also an approximation. So since this was an approximation, here also we did not take all the decimals which we are getting. So means this also is an approximated value. Okay, ऐसे भी इसका formula approximated ही है हमारे पास. So then see, V is a number. Okay, it's a normalized frequency, it's a number. Okay, V number. So 75.8 here. So that I will round it off to 76. Okay, so I will write a whole number only. Okay, so I will round it off to the, अगर यहाँ पे 2 भी आया होगा, okay, so 75 से ज़्यादा है, so you will round it off to 76. So how you will write the answer? I'm just dictating, you write it at your end so that you know what I'm trying to tell. Hence the fiber once usually I have seen students writing answer and then they write it in the form of a statement. So that is a good habit. So what you will write it, hence the fiber has a V number of approximately 76, because this is also an approximated value. Okay, just see the formula over here. This is also an approximated value. So hence the fiber has a V number of approximately 76, giving nearly 3000 guided modes. So we cannot be specific ki ekdam 287375. Okay, so we are rounding it off because we don't know, 3000 bhi ho sakta hai, 2600 bhi ho sakta hai if there are some losses, but we are rounding off the figures. Okay, so the fiber has a V number of approximately 76, giving nearly 3000 guided mode. If you keep this in your exam, you will get full marks, no problem. कोई marks deduct नहीं करेगा. But then if you write this also, then also no problem. But this is just to give you an idea that we cannot be very much specific. हाँ 2873 की modes होंगे. Okay, नहीं, it will be more because we have approximated all the decimal places, and this formula itself was also, both of them was an approximate formula. Is this numerical clear? So in the lab, first question, lab is this only. See, we have to resort to simulation. I cannot do the practical on the kit. Okay, so we have to do all that connection, and that is possible only when we go to college. Okay, so from this first chapter, I have picked up this particular numerical. So this problem remains the same. I might change the value that I will decide on Monday. Otherwise, last year we did exactly the same thing. So the solution is there in front of you. Okay, so you need to code it in Scilab. So you will declare all those parameters, so that you should be knowing. And then these are the two formulas that you will use, and then you will get this result, and then you will show me the output. I'll try to add some variations. The practical write-up is already uploaded on Moodle. Okay, but since we are covering two practical, now the second practical is also uploaded. All 5 practicals are uploaded, but that second practical is with respect to another chapter. Okay, because we used to have theory 2 weeks and then one lab. Okay, so that theory is not yet covered. So I have to design a second practical from all the previous formulas that we have studied. Okay, so some formulas will remain the same. I will put out next question. With the questions, I have many with this particular chapters, but